It's important to tell a direct message, and that's why my work is called mental health artwork. So I've been suffering for years. I didn't have an outlet. I didn't have a healthy way to deal with it. So I began to create this stuff, and that actually opened me up to conversations with the veteran community and the regular artist community at large. I joined the military as a young kid. I graduated from high school about 6 months earlier than the rest of my class. And I had a teacher that took me under his wing and showed me a lot about welding. So of course, when I went down and took the test to join the Navy, they saw the aptitude I had for mechanical aptitude and welding. And when the orders came through, we got to pick our orders, the first 3 of us. I just looked for shore duty. And I found the Navy Seabees. I had no idea that a Navy Seabee was actually C for construction and B for battalion. So I wound up getting issued BDUs and learned how to shoot M16, and started working as a steel worker in the Seabees. Every 7 months we would deploy to a different part of the world, work at military bases, building infrastructure. And during my first deployment, went to Spain and came back to California. Then we were on a plane getting ready to go to Guam in the Pacific, and call came over, the captain called us off of the plane, told us to go back to the base, and we started getting prepared to mount out for Mogadishu, Somalia. And that was a big surprise for all of us because there was nothing going on there at the time. We were actually the first unit there, so that was interesting to see how things had gone relatively smooth when we first got there. And as more and more troops came from the UN, things kind of spiraled out. And I had a couple of different incidents that I was involved with that left a mark on me. As a young 19-year-old at the time, I didn't really realize that, how important these things were to deal with them at the time. So I kind of compartmentalized it, put it away, finished my time in the military. I got out in 1995 and came home and started my career as an iron worker. I had a really difficult time adjusting to my new life, my new job, and I heard these noises at night and I couldn't sleep. So I'd find myself patrolling the house thinking that somebody was coming in. And there was one night back in 2015 where I was pacing back and forth, and I wound up finding an old typewriter that I bought at an estate sale. I began dismantling it. A couple nights later, when I was woken up by nightmares again, I started to take the pieces and bolt them together. And I think that that's where the start was. That kept me occupied until 5 a.m. when I can go to my regular job. So it got to the point where I was looking to do that stuff, even though it was normally an activity I did at night when I couldn't sleep. It started to become something I wanted to do as soon as I got home from work, and that's when I knew I was on the right path. I think that when I first started out making animals, that was something that came easy to me. And as I developed my skills and I start to get where I could actually make facial expression and implied movement in the pieces, I think as I develop as an artist, that's more and more prominent in my work. And I'm beginning to do things where they have some kinetic movement, things that are spring, or they have hinged areas where they move. One of the first things was actually a hand that I made, and rather than follow a sketch that I had, I actually used my hand, and I would study the anatomy, the length and everything, and I'd transfer that to the material I was making. I was looking for an opportunity to share work being a veteran artist. And there's an organization here called Chicago Veterans that they were putting on a show at the time. It was a one-day event showcasing, and I was terrified. I thought people were gonna look at the stuff that I had created and say, hey, this is just junk. You know, we're looking for art. The truth is, when I got in the room that night and they put my stuff in a prominent place, it was the best feeling ever. And yeah, a sense of acceptance and accomplishment that I felt was something that has driven me ever since. And it's been a great thing to be part of the veteran artist community. And that led me to working with other groups. Uniting Us was an organization that took me all the way to the Library of Congress. Got to put my story in the Library of Congress, pictures of my artwork, and just share my story in a historic place like that really let me know I'm on the right path. A lot of the skills that I learned in the Seabees led me to be a welder, and the welding, of course, led to the creation of this mental health artwork. And I love that I'm able to give something back. I love that I'm able to put content out and let other veterans see it. And the best part of it is when someone contacts me and tells me how inspired they are, how much they decided to do something for themselves because they were inspired by me being honest and open about my story and my experiences.